yeah, there was just something about them, and it made me think really hard. It made me think, maybe there is something in this whole Christianity thing. I did quite well at school, so I was applying to go to Cambridge specifically, but didn't quite make the cut. And so I looked at a few other universities, looked at Durham, Exeter, Warwick, but I just really liked the city of Durham when I visited. It just felt right, and yeah, I came here to study engineering at Durham University. It's kind of difficult to begin with getting to know people, but once I did, I really settled in, had a great time. Didn't really focus very much on my studies, very much focused on the social aspects, and yeah, had quite a good time.
What's the edgy peanut butter?
Because I was doing engineering, that is a 4-year course, but most of my friends who I was living with especially were doing 3-year courses. And in my 3rd year of uni, it was kind of becoming obvious that this was coming to an end. And I had no idea what was coming next. And so I was like, started looking into different things. I started trying to improve myself. I started reading philosophy, and I started looking into religions and spirituality. I grew up going to church. My parents went to a small Methodist church in Dorchester with mostly an elderly congregation. And when I came to uni, I didn't find a church here. I just completely rejected that part of my life. And so when I started looking into spirituality and religion, Christianity was an option there, certainly, and I did look at it, but with no greater interest than any of the other options. Towards the end of my 3rd year, it was post-exams, and everyone's kind of having a good time now that we don't have to study anymore. And one morning, I was just very, very hungover. I was sitting there in my dressing gown, eating KFC, when there was a knock at the door. I'd literally just got my KFC, so I was a bit annoyed, to be honest. I was like, why are you bothering me now? But I went up and answered, and it was these very enthusiastic Christians. They were just like, hello, we're here. We're doing this thing called June Project, and we're here to wash your dishes. And like, oh, that's very nice. Go away. But yeah, they were very persistent, and I was like, okay then, okay. And so me and my housemate who were there, we took our dishes out, and they had a table set up with hot water and everything, and they just washed all our dishes for us. And it was like, that's nice of you, a bit strange. But I remember being really struck when I was talking to these people that they were just completely different to everyone else I'd spoken to at uni. They just, yeah, there was just something about them, and it made me think really hard. It made me think, maybe there is something in this whole Christianity thing. So after the term had fully ended, I was very, very tired. I'd been not sleeping very much. I'd been out a lot, and I just got home down to Dorchester with my parents and was just utterly exhausted. In the evening when I got home, I was like, right, that's it. I'm going to sit down and read the book. I've got nothing better to do now. This is the book, Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. I can't remember why I bought it originally, but it was during my 3rd year. I think I read somewhere online, someone say, oh, if you want to find out about Christianity, this is the book for you. And so I bought a copy of it, and I then just left it on my shelf and kind of forgot about it. And so I sat down and I read almost to the end of the book in one sitting. And just before I reached the end, I reached a point where I thought to myself, this makes so much sense. This is such a full and sensible worldview, and it makes sense of what I see around me, but I can't accept it. The miraculous elements, even though they make sense, they're just too much to accept. Like, I didn't believe that God could do anything like that. And as I thought this to myself, I just felt strongly prompted to put the book down, which I did. And then, in a way that's hard to explain, I just felt washed over with these feelings of peace and comfort, the peace of God. It's not like anything I've felt before. Everything calmed down and got more vibrant. I felt it more as well. And I just heard my voice in my head, but I knew that it wasn't my voice just telling me, you're not alone. And I don't know how to explain, but that was just so obviously not me. That was so obviously God. And from then on, I decided, he's real. And I need to treat him as though he's real. I need to treat Christianity as though it's following this real God. And so over the summer, I returned to my parents' church back home in Dorchester. Got really stuck in, read everything I could get my hands on. And when I went back to Durham and to university the following October, I found a church in Durham and just got stuck in. Certainly looking back at my life and my little goals and my little ways of making myself happy, God wants so much more for me than that. He wants to make me like himself. He wants to make me the man that he made me to be. Ultimately, I don't always know it, but he is always my main goal, my main purpose. I still struggle with things, I still have dark times, but there is a difference, and that difference is that I'm not alone. There is hope. We need people, we need friends, we need family. We need more than that. We need the God who will care for us beyond anything and is always there for us.